Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of 1-cent coins. Coins that most people ignore, spend without thinking, or leave forgotten in drawers. But hidden among them are rare pieces with incredible history, unique errors, and collector demand that can turn a single dollar into a small fortune. The 1963 DeWitt penny is one of those coins that sparks curiosity the moment you hear about it, because at first glance it looks like just another small copper coin. Yet behind its humble appearance lies a story that collectors find deeply fascinating. Struck in Denver, this penny carries the D Mint mark, and it belongs to the final years of the wheat penny design, making it historically significant. For many people, the idea that such a coin could be worth a life-changing amount feels almost unbelievable, and while most examples are common, a few rare variations and exceptional conditions can indeed push its value far beyond face value. What makes the 1963 DeWitt penny so intriguing is not the ordinary versions, but the rare, high-grade, and error coins that exist within this year. The majority of these pennies were produced in huge numbers, meaning billions entered circulation. However, coins that survived in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those with a strong, original red luster, are highly sought after. Collectors are not just buying a coin. They are buying preservation, rarity, and a snapshot of history frozen in near-perfect condition. Now, here is where reality needs to be clear. Not every 1963 DeWitt penny is worth millions, and claims of instant billionaire wealth are exaggerated. However, the excitement comes from the rare exceptions. A coin graded at the very top of the scale, with flawless surfaces and brilliant color, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In extremely rare cases, unique mint errors or one-of-a-kind specimens can push values much higher, especially if they attract intense bidding among collectors. Errors are where things become truly interesting. Some 1963 D pennies have been found with striking mistakes, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. These imperfections, ironically, are what can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. A strong doubling in the lettering or numbers, for example, can dramatically increase desirability. Collectors love these quirks because they represent moments when the minting process didn't go as planned, creating something rare and unexpected. Condition plays an even bigger role than rarity alone. A worn coin that has circulated for decades might only be worth a few cents, but a coin that looks as if it was just minted yesterday can command serious money. Professional grading services evaluate coins on a scale, and those receiving the highest grades, especially with full red coloration, are the ones that stand out. These top-tier coins are often stored carefully for decades before appearing at auctions, where they can ignite fierce competition. The historical backdrop of 1963 also adds to the coin's appeal. This was a pivotal year in American history, filled with cultural and political change. Owning a coin from that time is like holding a tiny piece of that era in your hand. For collectors, the emotional and historical connection can be just as important as the financial value, which is why certain coins become highly prized even if their rarity is subtle. Another factor that drives value is demand. Coin collecting is a global hobby, and certain dates and mint marks attract more attention than others. The 1963 DeWitt penny sits at the edge of a beloved series, and many collectors aim to complete full sets. When demand meets a limited supply of high-quality examples, prices naturally rise. This is how coins that once circulated freely can transform into valuable collectibles over time. It's also important to understand the role of authentication. If someone believes they have a rare 1963 D penny, getting it examined by a professional grading service is essential. Without proper verification, even a potentially valuable coin may not achieve its true market price. Certified coins carry trust, and trust is everything in the world of collecting, especially when significant money is involved. Stories of coins selling for huge amounts often spread quickly, and they fuel the dream that anyone could discover a hidden treasure in their pocket change. While these stories can sometimes be exaggerated, they are rooted in real events where rare coins have sold for astonishing sums. The key difference is that those coins usually possess something truly unique, whether it's an error, a perfect grade, or an unusual history that sets them apart. In the end, the 1960 3D wheat penny is a perfect example of how something small and ordinary can hold surprising potential. It may not automatically make someone a billionaire overnight, but under the right circumstances, it can still be worth far more than 1 cent. The real value lies in understanding what makes a coin special, recognizing the rare details, and knowing when you might be holding something that collectors around the world are searching for. Let's clear something up right away. There is no known 1991 U.S. wheat penny worth millions of dollars, and in fact, there isn't even a wheat penny from 1991. The famous wheat pennies were minted from 1909 to 1958, so any claim about a 1991 wheat penny being worth a fortune is based on confusion or myth. But don't worry, this doesn't mean your interest in rare coins is misplaced. In fact, the world of coin collecting is full of fascinating surprises, and even modern coins like those from 1991 can carry hidden value under the right conditions. Now, imagine holding a simple 1-cent coin in your hand, something most people ignore or spend without a second thought. Yet within the world of numismatics, even an ordinary-looking coin can spark excitement if it carries the right features. A 1991 penny, while not rare by default, can still become valuable if it has minting errors, unusual characteristics, or remains in flawless, uncirculated condition. These are the small details that can transform a coin from pocket change into a collector's prize. The real magic lies in mint errors. During the production process, coins can sometimes be struck off-center, double-stamped, or even created with a wrong metal composition. If a 1991 penny carries such a flaw, it can instantly become far more desirable. Collectors are always searching for these rare mistakes, and in some cases, they are willing to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on how unique the error is. Condition is another powerful factor. A 1991 penny that has never been used, what collectors call mint state, can be worth significantly more than a worn coin. The shine, the sharpness of the design, and the absence of scratches all contribute to its appeal. While this still won't make you a billionaire overnight, it can certainly elevate the coin's worth far beyond its face value. There's also the matter of mint marks. Coins from 1991 were produced in different mints, such as Philadelphia, No Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco, S for proof coins. Proof coins, in particular, are specially made for collectors and often have a mirror-like finish. A 1991 S-proof penny in perfect condition can be quite attractive to collectors, especially if graded highly by professional services. The idea of becoming instantly rich from a single coin is exciting, and it's easy to see why such stories spread quickly. But the truth is, the coin market rewards knowledge, patience, and attention to detail more than luck. The real treasure comes from understanding what makes a coin special rather than assuming every old coin holds unimaginable wealth. That said, there is still something thrilling about checking your coins. Each one carries a story of history, of craftsmanship, and sometimes of rare accidents that slipped through the minting process. A careful eye might catch something others missed, and that's where the real opportunity lies. Instead of chasing myths about million-dollar pennies, focus on learning how to identify genuine rarities. Study the design, examine the edges, look for doubling in the text, and pay attention to unusual weight or color. These small investigations can turn an ordinary hobby into a rewarding pursuit. It's also worth remembering that coin collecting is not just about money. It's about discovery, curiosity, and the excitement of finding something unique. Even a modestly valuable coin can feel like a jackpot when you're the one who uncovered it. So if you have a 1991 penny, don't rush to spend it, but don't expect it to make you a billionaire overnight either. Treat it as a starting point, a doorway into a world where knowledge is your greatest asset. Because in the end, the real fortune isn't just in the coin, it's in what you learn along the way. Let me clear one thing right away before we dive in. There is no such thing as a 1966 wheat penny. Wheat pennies were actually stopped in 1958, and by 1966 the United States was already producing Lincoln pennies with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. So if someone is claiming a 1966 wheat penny worth millions, that's not reality, it's hype. But that doesn't mean 1966 pennies are worthless. In the right condition, or with rare errors, they can still be surprisingly valuable. The 1966 penny was struck in massive numbers by the United States Mint during a time when coin demand in America was extremely high. Because of this, no mint marks were used from 1965 to 1967, making all 1966 pennies appear the same at first glance. This uniformity actually makes collectors pay closer attention to tiny details, because that's where the real value hides. Now, here's where things get interesting. While a normal circulated 1966 penny is only worth a few cents, coins in uncirculated condition, especially those with a bright red luster, can sell for much higher prices. These are coins that were never used in daily transactions, preserved almost perfectly since the day they were minted. Some of these pristine examples have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on grading. But the real excitement comes from mint errors. A 1966 penny with a noticeable error, like a double die off-center strike or die crack, can attract serious attention from collectors. These errors are rare accidents during production, and rarity is what drives value in coin collecting. A dramatic error can push a simple penny into the range of hundreds or even thousands of dollars. There's also a special category called SMS coins, special mint sets, from 1966. These coins were not regular circulation coins, but they weren't quite proof coins either. They have a distinct finish, sharper details, and sometimes a satin-like shine. High-grade 1966 SMS pennies, especially those with deep cameo contrast, can fetch impressive prices in auctions. However, the idea that a 1966 penny will make you a billionaire overnight is simply not grounded in reality. Even the rarest known examples from that year do not reach anywhere near millions of dollars. The coin market rewards rarity, condition, and historical importance, but 1966 pennies, while collectible, are not among the elite ultra-rare coins like early 1900s errors or unique mint mistakes. That said, don't underestimate the thrill of checking your coins. Many valuable discoveries have come from ordinary people looking closely at their pocket change. The difference between a common coin and a valuable one often comes down to small details, sharpness, color, and unusual features that most people overlook. If you truly believe you have a rare 1966 penny, the smartest move is to have it professionally graded. Coin grading services evaluate authenticity and condition, assigning a grade that can significantly affect its market value. A high-grade coin with certification instantly becomes more desirable to collectors. Also, storing your coin properly matters more than people realize. Exposure to air, moisture, and handling can quickly reduce a coin's value. Keeping it in a protective holder preserves its condition and keeps its potential value intact over time. In the end, the 1966 penny is a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking coins can hold hidden potential, but not every coin is a hidden fortune. The real power of such a coin isn't turning you into a billionaire overnight. It's the possibility, the hunt, and the excitement of discovering something rare in something so small. First, let's clear the fog around this story, because the truth is more interesting than the myth. There is no such thing as a 2001 wheat penny. The famous wheat design on the reverse of the Lincoln cent was officially discontinued in 1958. By 2001, U.S. pennies carried the Lincoln Memorial design, not wheat ears. So any claim that a 2001 wheat penny exists and is worth millions is not just exaggerated, it's factually impossible. But don't stop reading, because the real story of rare coins can still be powerful. Now here's where things get intriguing. While a normal 2001 penny from the United States Mint is only worth face value, certain rare errors or unusual conditions can make modern coins surprisingly valuable. Not millions, but sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These include minting mistakes like double strikes, off-center prints, or wrong planchets. These are the kinds of hidden treasures collectors hunt for. Imagine holding a coin that looks completely ordinary at first glance. A 2001 penny, copper shining faintly, nothing extraordinary. But under magnification, you notice something strange. The date slightly doubled, or the lettering misaligned. That's when a simple coin transforms into a collector's curiosity. This is the real magic of coin collecting. Not fantasy millions, but genuine discovery. The idea of becoming a billionaire overnight from a random penny is appealing, but it's more myth than reality. The most valuable pennies ever sold, like rare error coins or early issues, have reached high prices, but those are extremely rare and well documented. A 2001 coin simply doesn't belong in that category unless it has a truly unique and verified mint error. Still, the excitement shouldn't die here. Coin collecting is like a treasure hunt hiding in plain sight. Every coin in your pocket has a story, a history, and sometimes a secret. Even modern coins can surprise you if you know what to look for. It's not about chasing viral myths. It's about understanding the details that others overlook. Let's talk about the D mint mark. This small letter indicates the coin was minted in Denver. Millions of 2001 D pennies were produced, which makes them very common. But within those millions, a few could carry small imperfections that set them apart. These imperfections are where collectors find value, not in the year alone, but in the rarity of the mistake. There's also the factor of condition. A perfectly preserved coin, with no scratches and full original shine, is called mint state. Even common coins can become more desirable in flawless condition. A 2001 D penny in pristine shape might fetch a small premium, especially if graded by professionals. But again, not life-changing wealth. The internet is full of bold claims. Coins worth millions, hidden fortunes waiting in your pocket. But real collectors rely on knowledge, not hype. They study minting history, understand design changes, and verify authenticity. This is what separates a casual finder from a serious numismatist. If you truly want to find valuable coins, focus on learning the patterns, key dates, mint errors, and historical transitions. The wheat penny era, for example, is valuable because of its age and limited surviving high-quality pieces. A 2001 coin simply doesn't carry that same historical weight. So here's the real takeaway. Your 2001 D penny is not a millionaire maker, but it could still be the beginning of something exciting. Instead of chasing myths, build knowledge. Because in the world of coins, the real fortune isn't just in what you find, it's in what you understand.